Welcome back to TACT Talks, where real foster carers share their real stories. I'm Chloe. One of the questions we hear most from people thinking about fostering is, but what about my own children? How will it affect them? Is it fair on them? In today's episode, Fostering as a Whole Family, we're exploring exactly that. We're joined by Karen, Nigel, Mark and Gemma, who between them have raised their own children and nephews alongside fostering, and today we're hearing what that really looked like. From the early conversations around the kitchen table to how their now adult children look back on growing up in a fostering family. Karen, Nigel, Mark and Gemma, welcome. So how old were your birth children when you started fostering?
Oh, to think about that now, eh? Been fostering for 2012.
27 and 25.
Yeah.
27.
Okay, so adults.
Yes.
And you had the emptiness
yeah.
syndrome. How about you, Mark?
Nicholas was 16 and my daughter was 14.
Okay.
And the boys were 5 and 6 when they arrived. So it was almost like two families with the older group and the younger group.
How did you first talk to them about the idea of fostering?
I just sat them down, I did, and said that we're considering becoming foster carers. They asked why. And I just said that everything was, I explained it to them that I wanted to do something and give something back, you know, and I thought I had the room and I had the time and the patience, so and they were on board with it, the two of them, the two boys were there, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Mum, you know, if you want to do that, you know. That's how we went about it then, wasn't it?
Yeah. Were they living with you?
No,
They'd
no,
moved out, so
they
they were
moved out,
independent.
yes,
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Mark? How did you first talk to your...
Exactly the same. Sat them down, said we were thinking about doing this, and they were fully supportive of us moving forward. They were both living at home at the time, but yeah, they were happy for us to move forward, and we went through explaining why, how, what we were going to do, but they were really supportive. Yeah.
And how about you, Gemma, with your nephew? Because he was quite involved and back and forth your house
Yeah,
quite a lot,
he used to
wasn't
spend
he?
a lot of time with us, and if we ever went on holidays, he used to come along with us and things. It was okay because the first child we had was just a little bit older than Ellis, so they become sort of friends, and they used to continue to come out on the days out and things. Yeah, and Ellis has sort of accepted all the children that comes into the house. Some have been younger than him, and he's helped them.
Yeah.
Some have been older than him, and he's sort of formed friendships with them. Him and Leon, who's been with me now 9 years this year. They've become best of friends. There's only a year in age difference between them. Yeah. And Leon used to go up to Ellis's house for sleepovers, and Ellis used to come down to us for sleepovers and things. So I think at first Ellis was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to go on holidays with him anymore. I'm going to be left out. But, we said, no, as long as we're able to include you in everything, you will be. And I think that was a big sense for him, being reassured nothing changes.
Yeah.
We will do our best to make things work.
And did your children, when you broached the topic of fostering with them, did they have many questions? What was the kind of overall feeling? Were they excited, unsure?
I think the biggest thing with us was our grandchildren.
We only had
It was, but obviously the family was growing, and they were even more concerned about the grandchildren's bedroom.
Yes. How would it affect them?
How would it affect them?
Well, we did have a
so
spare
we always
room,
kept a spare room for just the grandchildren.
So they're not done feel left out, you know what I mean?
They wouldn't be
So,
left out. So.
And they're still to that day.
And
grandchildren got their own room.
How about you, Mark?
I think it was strange because, in a way, my two almost took over from the moment the boys came in, and it was they were probably spending as much time with the boys as we were, and it was almost like, I'm going, and Nick would say, I'm going out. Oh, I'll take the boys with me. Why? Well, just take them out for a bit, okay? And they go out. So they were really engaged, and when we went on holiday, they were really engaged with us. We did a couple of caravan holidays. We went to the Isle of Wight on one occasion, and the boys had been with us. I think it was the second year they were there, and we'd sit in the caravan, and they'd all go to the park. We wouldn't see them for 2 hours, and then they'd come back. And then, right, okay, well, we're going out for lunch now. Oh, hang on. Okay. And they almost were there constantly, I think the two boys saw more of my kids than they saw of us initially. But then obviously, both my children went to university, so they both moved out and they never came back. So all of a sudden then the dynamics in the house changed. Within the space of 2 years. It went from 6 to 5 to 4. And when it went down to 4 then, obviously it was just the 4 of us then.
Do the boys keep in contact with each other?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do, yeah. They've
That sort of brotherly love.
well, I wouldn't say brotherly love, but it's brotherly. In fact, they were together last week because they had to go down and see their father. So yeah.
And I think having birth children at home, I think for lots of parents, people thinking about fostering, it can be a real kind of barrier, can't it? How's it going to affect my children? How's it? But I think on the positive, having birth children, and like you're talking about there, Mark, it can really help children settle in and those relationships that develop. Yes, there's things we need to think about around safer care, etc. But having other children in the household can be really helpful in kind of helping children settle in, making them feel safe, because you've already got that kind of existing routine, haven't you?
It was chaos.
They also have banter, don't they? They banter with them.
Oh, yeah.
Different relationships.
And when if people want to think about fostering, they got to realise that they adapt to your life as well.
That's right.
Children will adapt to your children because they banter with your own children.
Well, I had Leon, and I said Ellis became friends with Leon, and then we had another teenage boy come in, and we had a little camper van. We had a little T4 camper van, and we used to go away for camping weekends. But I'd literally, because I had a big Labrador dog as well, so I'd have the 3 boys in the back and the dog, plus, all the suitcases and everything else. I'd literally have to open the van door, holding things in to get the boys out. But they loved it all. They loved it, and Ellis,
It's the adventure of it.
I took the 3 of them. Wherever we went, it was 3 of them. We fitted in, like Mark said, had to change cars and everything else. But yeah, it was quite nice.
And now your children are adults, how do they talk about fostering? Is it something that they kind of look back on fondly? Is it something they're glad you've done? What are their kind of thoughts on it now as adults?
I've never spoken to them about it, to be perfectly honest. But we were all together at Christmas last year, which is the first time my son and daughter have been home for the same time. And Andrew came up, and they were great. They got on really, really well. But they've always got on really, really well. They understand what Andrew's difficulties. They manage it, they talk to him, and they deal with it.
And they respect what you do.
They respect what we did. They do respect what we did and what we still do.
What would you say to people who have their own children and are thinking about fostering?
Go for it. Yeah, definitely. Don't just because you've got your own children,
it's not going to put you off.
No, don't be put off by it. They'll adapt.
As long as you're prepared to treat the foster
the
children
same.
the same as your own,
got to be treated
and not
the same.
differentiate between the two. Then absolutely,
Definitely.
But talk to them about it.
Yeah.
You need to talk to them. Explain to them all about it. It's not going to be a bed of roses. There are going to be times when it's difficult, and there are going to be challenging times as well. So they need to understand that as well.
Thank you to Karen, Nigel, Mark and Gemma for such an open and thoughtful conversation today. If you have children of your own and fostering has felt out of reach because of that, we hope today has shifted that a little. If you're thinking of saying yes to fostering as a family, visit tactfostering.org.uk to find out more. Until next time on TACT Talks.